Okay, this is practice on rewriting functions to make it easier to differentiate, mainly negative powers and roots. So, 4 steps in taking derivatives. You have your function, then you're supposed to rewrite it to make it simpler to differentiate, and then you simplify afterwards. Okay? So for instance, in the first one, part A, you're going to rewrite this. Since I have this power down here, I'm going to use the negative power rule to move it up to the top. So I'm going to make the negative 3 power, and it's going to move just the x up. Then I'm going to differentiate using derivative rule, power rule, and that's going to give me 5 over 2 times negative 3 x to the negative 4 power. And then we simplify this and we get y prime equals, now negative 3 times 5 is negative 15 over 2 x to the 4th. And again, the negative on the power moves the x back down with the 2. Okay? Part B, same thing, I'm going to rewrite. So we've got y equals, now again, this 3, remember, 2x cubed is basically going to be 5 over 8x cubed because you're going to multiply 2x times 2x times 2x. And that is the same thing as 5/8 times x to the negative 3. Okay, so that's my rewrite. So it actually almost took me 2 steps to rewrite to get ready to differentiate. So now my y prime, and this should look very similar to the one we just did, is equal to 5 over 8 times negative 3 x to the negative 4. Now we simplify, so again y prime is equal negative 3 times 5, negative 15 over 8 x to the 4th. Now the next one. First thing we do, we look, do we have a term that we have to rewrite? Absolutely. So y equals 7 over 3 x squared. Now, rewriting this one actually makes it easier to differentiate because I don't have a power in the bottom and I have a positive power. So now I have y prime equals 7 over 3 times 2x to the first power, which means my derivative is 14 over 3x. And if you wanted to, you could move the x up to the top to be 14x over 3 if you wanted to. But I prefer my fractions being in front of my x that way. Part D. Rewrite. I got this root power. So the first thing I'm going to do is change it to its fraction power. So I've got y equals x to the 1/6 power because there's a 1 right here. That's the power of x and it's a 6th root. Y prime is 1/6 x, and you take 1/6 and you subtract 1 and you get negative 5/6. Simplify, you get 1 over 6, and this is the 6th root of x to the 5th. And again, the negative brings it to the bottom, and the 5/6 makes it the 6th root of x to the 5th. This one, we have 2 terms that we have to rewrite. So the first one is going to be x to the negative 2 power plus x to the negative 3 power. Y prime equals negative 2x to the negative 3 power minus 3x to the negative 4 power. Because you multiply the negative 3 times the positive 1, you get negative 3. And then simplifying, you get negative 2 over x cubed minus 3 over x to the 4th. And then the last problem, again we have 2 terms. We rewrite. So this is going to be 2x to the negative 1/3 power, because it's the 1/3 power and the negative when we moved it up, minus 3x to the negative 2 power. Now we take the derivative, we haven't done that yet, and we get negative 2/3 x to the negative 4/3 power, because 2 times negative 1/3 is negative 2/3. When you subtract 1 from 1/3, you get 4/3. And then negative 2 times negative 3 is positive 6x to the negative 3 power. Because negative times negative is positive. Subtract 1 from negative 2, you get negative 3. And again, now we simplify. So y prime, we get negative 2 over 3. The negative moves the x to the bottom, and then this is the cube root of x to the 4th, plus 6 over x cubed. And again, we're doing the same 4 steps over and over again. Function, rewrite, differentiate, and then simplify.